This is the sound of rebellion. The music, the dancing, this singer, all are banned by the Islamic government of Iran. But the mullahs have been unable to stop these images reaching the eyes and ears of Iranians, as determined exiles in America beam directly into living rooms around Iran. Around 1 million Iranians have made their home in the US since fleeing their country after the Islamic Revolution of 1979. About half live here in California, and LA is the epicenter of the community, where Little Iran, or Tehrangeles as it's known, sits nestled beside affluent Beverly Hills. Zia Atabey is preparing for regime change in the men's room of his own personal TV station. Once a famous pop star in his homeland, the so-called Tom Jones of Iran used to live like royalty in Tehran. Today he's pouring his funds into a bottomless pit he's called NITV, National Iranian Television, broadcasting by satellite into Iran, the US and Europe. Sometimes the employees don't get paid, and he's fighting bankruptcy. But from the virtual studio of this modest station, he's fomenting revolt.
Okay. Go ahead. آماده باش. موزیک همون باشه.
در ایران انقلابی شد که بسیاری از آنهایی که مخالف بودند با حکومت پادشاهی، بسیاری از آنهایی که فکر می‌کردند آزادی سیاسی رو که در ایران کم دارند.
He does what the oppressive leaders of Iran hate most, speak without censorship. His scathing commentary on the regime has earned him death threats.
I heard with the phone that they're going to kill me, they're going to kill my daughter, they're going to kill my wife, and I have to be shut up. We don't have to talk about this.
His political career began by accident. He began broadcasting Persian cultural shows in March 2000 to expat Iranians living in the US. He was stunned when a caller phoned in one day from Iran.
First of all, we didn't believe it. Second, all of us, we were crying when we found out we are in Iran.
Iranian government attempts to stop him only increased his determination.
But after 3-4 months, when the Iranians start to jam my signal, block my accounts and everything, so they hurt my feeling, they pissed me off.
گفته انقلاب اسلامی شکوهمند بود، این نظام اسلامی است که خطاکاره.
This broadcast is on the anniversary of the Islamic Revolution and is full of dire images of the regime's misdeeds. He hopes to push Iranians to rise against their government. And soon, the US accuses Iran of running a secret nuclear weapons research program. If Iran is successful in building the bomb, Zia Atabey says his people are doomed.
I know that the Iranian government is dangerous. I know that they are creating bomb. I know that if they do, Iran will be destroyed by the other countries. That's why I want, before they get to that point, these things happen, changing the government happen.
The world sees carefully constructed images from Iran of regime-orchestrated protests against America. Freedom of the press is non-existent. But more and more Iranians are secretly tuning in to illicit broadcasts from the US. Their black market satellite dishes now number in the millions, too numerous for a government crackdown. And this is what they see.
We want freedom in Iran! We want freedom in Iran!
They see forbidden pictures from LA of Iranians protesting from the safe comfort of exile, calling for the overthrow of Iran's Islamic regime. Iranian radio and TV broadcasters have mushroomed here. Dozens of them now beam back their own recipe for change.
Thank you for Mr. Bush.
You're happy with him?
Yeah, oh, I love him. I love him.
There's an old guard of exiles here who remember privileged times when Iran was ruled by a Shah and who want to return to a monarchy under the Shah's son. So badly do they want regime change, they'd back an Iraq-style invasion of their country by the US.
Yes, because we know that if America doesn't take any action now, later on it's going to be too late, and then it will be more disaster for us.
And you would support American military action?
To be honest, now as an Iranian, I'm a first volunteer to go to war against the mullah's regime with the American troops.
Zia Atabey is determined to keep beaming these messages of revolt into the homes of Iranians. But NITV is fast reaching a crisis point. He and his wife Parveen live in a palatial Los Angeles home, but they're now struggling to keep it as their money runs out, drained by NITV.
Before NITV exists, we had a life. We used to go to vacation twice a year. My daughter was seeing her father all the time. I don't feel I have a husband anymore, or my daughter doesn't feel like I have a father. If I knew he's in political, I would not marry him. You know what I mean? Believe me.
I don't believe that.
You know,
she was in love, so in love with me that she...
He was
This pop star turned politician dreams NITV will one day be handed to Iranians as the national broadcaster for a free Iran. But his pleas to the US government for funds to help keep it alive have fallen on deaf ears.
I'm sorry that I didn't have enough money, or we didn't have enough money to make it that big. But I think this year, I have a feeling that a lot of things will happen positively. And I have a wish that this 2005, I can do a lot of things that I couldn't do it before because I didn't have the money.
The US government is wary of investing in the pipe dreams of maverick exiles like Zia Atabey. It's been burnt before. 2 years ago, the Bush administration relied on information from exiled Iraqi leaders living here in the US, believing their claims to widespread support for them in Iraq and their allegations that Iraq had weapons of mass destruction. Both proved false. This time, the administration wants a clear channel to Iranians living in Iran.
All right, about 30 seconds.
We have initiated procedures.
After the live shot, we do 60, right?
Until 60.
Ready, key in, Somebody loose key. Gently tilt down a little on one, just a little bit.
Of all the networks beaming into Iran, this has the most resources and is arguably the most influential. Voice of America is the long-running US government-funded foreign language news service. It began broadcasting into Iran in Farsi in 1996, but stepped up programming about 18 months ago. Its Persian service now has the highest profile in the entire network, beaming out daily news and current affairs.
Our mission to Iran is to give them news that they can trust, news that's authoritative, balanced news from the United States and news from around the world.
The principle is simple. Show Iranians the free world outside, and they will choose freedom over oppression.
دیدار رهبران اسرائیل و فلسطین در شرم الشیخ
Incredibly, for a banned service, they claim to have a 13% audience share in Iran. They cite one major difference with the competing stations like Zia Atabey's NITV.
The difference between them and us is that we are a news organization. Our journalists don't express their personal views. We are not propagandizing. We don't believe in propaganda. We believe in balanced coverage. And we believe our credibility as a news organization rests on us being objective journalists.
But VOA is also obliged to run unedited statements direct from the Bush administration, leaving them open to the charge they too run propaganda.
As usual, excellent show.
If the US government was to direct you to broadcast an editorial that, for example, advocated regime change, could you say no?
Probably not. But, you know, I came here with this job believing in what our mission is here. And if I didn't feel like I could transmit the editorials reflecting the views of the United States government, then I wouldn't be working here.
VOA is reaching out to the next generation of Iranians.
شب بخیر. فصل دیگر شماره 23 را از واشنگتن صدای آمریکا به شما تقدیم می‌کنیم.
Like those targeted by its Next Chapter magazine program. The program deals with issues facing young Iranians, talking about AIDS, poverty, education, and this story on prostitution.
میشه بین هم قرعه کشی کردن که کدومشون بره این دوبه که مثلا بتونه خرج عمل پدرشو بدن.
We try to explore the social taboos as much as we can. It's something that might not be welcomed by everyone, but we think it's very important to do that.
دنیای سینما نیز به سادگی از اون نمیگذره.
And of course they offer freedom of expression.
این دختر 21 ساله با قامت بلند خود و با زیبایی
art, music and pop culture, forbidden fruits in Iran.
They want more entertainment and what they want to see is what they don't have. They want to see young people's lives in Western countries.
While older Iranians may press for a monarch, most Iranians are now under 35. They don't remember a Shah. Presenter Luna Shadzi has been back 6 times and says her generation wants a democracy.
They want a peaceful change. I don't think they're ready to another revolution or no. No, they suffered a lot for so many years. I don't think they want more. They just want peace, normal life, you know. And they want to live their age like a person of their age.
Cultural freedom may prove far more powerful than all the political propaganda. Iranian-born pop star Andy Andronik Medadian is dubbed in his press blurbs the Persian Elvis. He's living proof of the power of the secret media in Iran. Playing to a small crowd at a college campus in Orange County, LA. He's instantly recognisable to millions of Iranians, even though his music is officially banned by the Iranian government and he's never performed in his homeland, living here in exile in the US for more than 2 decades.
I became famous here, and I'm sure when I go back to Iran, the fame is going to find this other face of it. Like here, we're playing for maybe 1,000, 2,000 people, and in Iran, we'll be playing for hundreds of thousands of people.
His exotic girlfriend Shani looks the part of the Persian princess. She's actually Shani Rigsby from Arkansas.
I personally receive emails from Iran all the time and people that follow every detail of what we do.
Their music and videos have been consumed by a hungry fan base, desperate for the pleasures enjoyed by the youth of free nations.
They're saying they live with our music, they laugh with our music, they cry with our music, they fall in love with our music. And so what more do you want when you're young? You want to fall in love, you want to be excited, you want to be happy, you want to dance. And thank God now at some sort of form they have it.
From crooners to commentators, all these satellite subversives are scrambling to be the voice heard above the others, to claim their place in history. But while each says it differently, they're all saying the same thing. It's time for regime change in Iran.